You don't scare me.
What if you just let him do whatever he wants and see what happens?
I'm gonna win the staring contest. I'm gonna win. Ah! He's on his tippy toes again, isn't he? You balance like this. Oh, he's all the way up on me now. Look at that.
He climbed.
Wow. Am I perching you?
You're hand perching an eastern box turtle.
Just hand perched my turtle, yeah. Step up. All right, so last week we went to go get the tortoises. This week, the tortoises have come to us. We've got two in this box right here, all the way from Michigan. And this came from a family that, again, you know, something has happened and they can no longer care for these animals, so they are finding a forever home here with us. All right, let's see what we got. For those of you that may not be aware, shipping reptiles is actually very common. We use our friends over at redlineshipping.com to safely and securely ship these animals overnight to their exact destination, so there's no funny business going on. Let's see what we got here. All right. So the tortoises are actually in pillowcases, similar to snake bags, which are essentially just pillowcases. And the reason reptiles are shipped like this is because it offers a cushion. It's breathable, of course, and the animals are in a dark space. When the animals are dark like that, they don't stress out because they have no idea what's going on. When they can see out, they don't understand why they can see everything going on, but that they can't do anything about it, so that can cause stress. So, wow, look at this guy. What a beauty. This is another Eastern Herman's tortoise. This is a male as well as last week's. Bigger boy. They can get bigger than this. This guy, wow, he's really in great shape. He looks awesome. Beautiful shell growth. Eyes are bright. No discharge from the nose. He's awesome. Look at that. You can tell he's a male because look at the huge tail right there. See that, how he carries it to the side? This is the supracaudal shield, which comes down to protect it. And when we look at the bottom, you can see the anal scutes are really wide, and he's also got some concavity to the plastron or bottom shell. And even though he's a decent sized tortoise, he's smaller than what an adult female of his age would be. You look great, buddy. Wow. All right, who's next here? Then we have a little Sulcata tortoise. This is the African spur-thighed tortoise, folks, the third largest tortoise in the world, but this one is just a baby. So what's really interesting about this surrender is you've got two different tortoises, two different parts of the world. One is full grown, one is nowhere nearly done growing. Sulcata tortoises can have shell lengths of more than 30 inches. They dig incredibly deep burrows. They can be very powerful and destructive, and those are some of the many reasons why they actually make what is considered to be the worst pet tortoise. They are also the pet tortoise that ends up in rescues all over the place all the time, especially large males. Our adults are rescues. Any of the sulcatas we've ever taken in have been surrenders or rescues, and it's really sad how things end up like this for them, because dealers out there that sell them often still lie. That's not everybody. Some tell the absolute truth. Hey, you need to be prepared for this animal's future. It's going to get huge. But some still will tell little fibs that this animal is only going to grow to be the size of the enclosure that you keep it in. Then we've got what is quite possibly the best pet tortoise species, and that is the Herman's tortoises, the Eastern, the Western, and the Dalmatian. There are differences in the looks between the three, but as far as care, ease of care, personality, and everything else like diet, it's all the same across the board, and they are by far, in our opinion, and this is going over 3 decades of doing this now, the absolute best choices you can make. So why is it Eastern Herman's tortoises end up in situations like this where they need homes, much like the problematic Sulcata does? Well, there's really nothing to that answer. It's the fact that sometimes things change and you have to find a home for your animal. You could have something as simple as a goldfish. If your life changes in any way where you can't take care of that animal anymore, you need to find a home for it. Now, while getting Herman's tortoises is by far not common because they don't end up in rescues that often, it's still interesting to see these two complete opposite ends of the rescue spectrum together in one surrender. But that's really because of the situation that this particular family was in. Okay, so in addition to our 2 new surrendered tortoises, we have some really exciting stuff going on here, and it's at a time of year that you wouldn't expect it to be happening. We have baby tortoises hatching. 2 different species. One comes from Africa, and that is the beautiful African leopard tortoise right here. Look at that. Isn't this animal amazing? It looks like somebody took a Sharpie marker and just decided that this is what it was going to look like. Amazing, amazing species. And then we have 2 beautiful sibling South American redfoot tortoises. These 2 are still trying to work their way out of the egg, so I'm not going to disturb them too much, but I will pull this one out right here and give you guys a quick shot. Look at that. Isn't that unbelievable? Oh, look at that. That one just popped the rest of its egg off. Talk about perfect timing. So let's actually take a close look at you. We'll compare you to the leopard. Look at that. I never get enough of this. The diversity in the turtle and tortoise world, just like any animal, you know, even like birds, it's unbelievable to look at. Same design, carapace, plastron, 4 legs, tail, head, neck, but they look totally different. And they, of course, come from different parts of the world, which means they have different requirements in their environments. The African leopard tortoise is a savanna species where it walks around eating things like grass and weeds all day, whereas the South American redfoot tortoise is kind of like South America's version of the box turtle, only it's much bigger. Redfoot tortoises can get up to 18 inches, so they are not a small tortoise by any means, but they live in typically humid environments. However, they do venture into a variety of habitats, unlike the leopard, which tends to stay married to just one type of habitat, like the African savanna. The leopard will get huge as well. On average, bigger than a redfoot tortoise. These can surpass 25 inches in shell length alone. And as it grows, these beautiful concentric rings on the carapace will blossom into black rosettes, spots, and blotches, which look much like a leopard. And that's where this incredible African species gets its name. So it's not just the cat that's a leopard in Africa, it is also a tortoise. All right, now it's time for some updates. Starting with this lovely lady right here, Dusty lady. This is Athena, guys. If you remember several videos back, she was at the veterinarian because she had a mysterious swelling going on down here that needed to be checked out. Put her on antibiotics, everything turned out good. She's doing awesome, no more swelling, and she's ready. She's ready to go back outside with the group as soon as it gets warm enough, and hopefully nothing else weird happens so that next year she can go through a full hibernation. That is Athena, the ancient and largest known example of the eastern Herman's tortoise in the United States of America because she measures 11.2 inches. Doesn't she look great? Bright-eyed, very strong, and wanting me to put her back down. Right, lady? Now, where are you? Here he is. Also dusty as ever. Let's give you a little polish. This is Luigi, one of our male Western Herman's tortoises who was very emaciated in the fall, and like Athena, the Eastern Herman's tortoise, he could not go into a natural hibernation without possibly perishing during the course of winter. So he also got put on antibiotics and fluids, and he has made a full recovery. His head was so sunken in when he first came inside to spend the winter here, and now he's got a nice bulldog looking head. He's extremely strong, and he is ready for spring. So hopefully you also will not present any problems next fall, and you'll be able to go into a natural hibernation, which is so important for Herman's tortoises, folks, because by nature they brumate or hibernate, and that helps set the stage for spring and fall breeding because this species reaches 2 peaks in breeding behavior, one in the spring and one in the fall. And sometimes when they are not able to hibernate, they kind of lose all interest in breeding. And an endangered species such as the Western Herman's tortoise, which is one of the most endangered reptiles of Western Europe, this animal needs to be bred. There's simply not enough of them out there, and they really are special. Looking good, Luigi. There you go. All right, I want to show you guys something really cool. Hey, buddy. How are we doing? You guys remember this special tortoise from last week's video? This is Lucky, the marginated tortoise. And we have learned something pretty cool about him. Let's show you. So Lucky has turned out to have an extremely bold personality. In some ways, he's similar to Otis, to where he will study your face and your eyes and always kind of has to know what you're going on. All I had to do before was walk past his temporary enclosure, and he instantly came up onto the wall to see if I had something for him or to see if something interesting is going on. He checks out the camera lens. He has no fear, very interested in his surroundings, and you can tell that he is extremely used to human interaction. This tortoise does not flinch whatsoever. Really awesome to see yet another species that has this kind of trusting and bold personality on him, because remember, reptiles are very secretive by nature, and one would not normally associate them with this kind of interactive behavior. But here we are with Lucky, and I'm pretty amazed by him. He will even follow you around. Can I get you to follow me? Let's see if I can get him to do that. Come on, Lucky. He's not as fast as Otis is. He sure is curious. What's up? He's just so curious. So cool. So Lucky is just getting through this last month and a half of winter or so. And then he's gonna go outside into a big, beautiful pen, like the others of his own species. But it's really cool to be able to spend this time with him in here and just experience his curiosity. He doesn't just sit around in his shell, you know, he's gotta be on the move. He's gotta check things out. Here's Iris, the Texas tortoise. If you guys have been watching the videos lately, you know we just put together this huge custom-built enclosure that was made by Toad Ranch. They even put a bookshelf on the top of it for us. She's loving it in here. She loves going into her little burrows. She comes out, she basks. This whole enclosure came out beautifully, and I love seeing her move around, and it literally looks like you're looking into a little piece of their wild habitat. And there she is. She's just munching down. That's what she does. She does things on her own terms when she wants. She's the cutest, most easygoing tortoise with one heck of a story, and she just really seems to be enjoying life in her brand new enclosure. And of course, what update would not be complete without the one and only Otis, the eastern box turtle. Did you just flinch? You never do that. Otis is doing great. He is ruling the roost here as usual, taking the world by storm, aren't you? He's actually got his mouth open right now. As I said in a couple videos, we've got brand new merchandise at the top of this channel. Just go to the store tab, and Casey hand designed every single thing you will see on there, including the Otis artwork. And we've got a brand new design which features Otis as the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. Again, all hand-drawn and designed by Casey. And you guys can get that on a variety of clothing right now. Every little bit counts. Everything goes right back into what we do with these incredible, memorable animals here at Garden State Tortoise. So thank you guys for even considering it. And before I do get my nose bit, I'm gonna wrap this up. Can you say goodbye to your fans? No? I'll do it for you. We'll see you guys soon.